What's the secret to teaching our kids to be independent, self-reliant, and confident? What can we, as parents, teachers, and authority figures do to help kids develop that sense of can do, of I can handle this, I can be in charge of my life, I know how to handle myself? The time to start building those skills is as young as possible with age appropriate opportunities and reinforcing and expanding them as kids grow older, and especially reinforcing them when kids are teenagers. So, this topic is for parents and teachers of kids of all ages. I'm Dr. Ellen, and if you're joining us for the first time, I do want to tell you that I love to help empower parents and to help empower kids and to help empower teachers and administrators. And this topic of building independence is one of those topics at the top of the list because we all want our kids to learn how to be independent and self-sufficient and confident. And it doesn't necessarily happen automatically. So there are a number of skills that I've identified, and the combination of these 8 skills that I'm going to talk about today can really help you build independence and self-reliance, self-sufficiency in your kids. So let's dive right in. Let's talk about those 8 skills, and I'm going to be talking about how you can be teaching these skills and giving opportunities to your kids. So the first topic is basic self-care, cleaning, and personal hygiene. So kids should know how to brush teeth, brush their hair, take a bath and shower. You don't want your kids to be the brunt of jokes at school for body odor or oily and greasy hair. Being clean is a basic life skill, and it's a basis for health also. So we want kids to know and appreciate how to stay clean and how it feels good to be clean. We don't want them, if they go and visit grandma and grandpa over a weekend, to be fighting about brushing their teeth or taking a bath or shower. We want our kids to develop routines so that staying clean and being clean is a normal, automatic part of their lives, that they feel independent and confident to carry out and handle. So again, number 1, basic self-care and personal hygiene. And number 2 is basic home care. So all kids at an age-appropriate level should know how to set a table or clear the plates off of the table after a meal, how to make a bed in the morning, how to sweep a floor. Again, these are age-appropriate times, but a lot of parents really extend that time and start later than they need to. And age-appropriate kids can learn to make a sandwich and basic kitchen skills. And at the right age, some basic cooking. And if they're interested, some more than basic meals. But again, basic home care. And 3, basic communication and social skills. So our kids should be able to walk into a room and say, hello, my name is, or introduce themselves to someone new and invite them. Would you like to play with us? Would you like to have lunch with us? Again, it's being comfortable. These are basic social skills, being comfortable with who they are and their environment. And kids need to be comfortable to express their needs. I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm happy, I'm sad. Again, basic communication skills to express themselves. And kids should know that communication is more than just talking. Communication is also listening to people around you. It's listening to what your parents have to say, what your teacher says, what your friends say. Again, communication is more than just talking. And number 4, proper table manners and etiquette, and the basic please, thank you, and you're welcome. And my favorite phrase, how can I help you? What can I do to help? And I like to tell the parents that I work with a story about my daughter, who I taught that phrase, how can I help? What can I do to help? She was invited to have dinner at her friend's house when she was, I guess, in first grade. And after dinner, and she had heard this many times in her home with her mom, after dinner, she asked, what can I do to help? Would you like me to help clear the table? And her friend's mother was very surprised at getting an offer to help. And so I got a phone call that evening from her friend's mother that Lori was so nice that she offered to help. And I said, that is a basic skill that she has, that, we've spoken about it, and that whether you're home or in somebody else's home, you always can offer to help. What can I do to help? And that we take pride in helping people, that it's important for us to help, and that we know that when we help, we're really doing something important. So again, basic skills and etiquette, being polite, being good citizens in our community. And number 5, teaching a sense of responsibility, teamwork, and being a good community member. So at home, and I gave you some examples of this at home, setting the table, cleaning our own things up, putting our toys away, our books away, sweeping the basic skills of sweeping the floor. At school and in our community, doing what's needed to help out and being a good community member, a good participant. And I talk about responsibility and teamwork a lot with kids because I want kids to develop a sense of pride, of feeling happy and satisfied and proud that they can help, they can participate and help around the house. And I know as parents, so often, especially the mothers that I work with, are always tempted to do everything, to take care of everything, to set the table, cook, clear the table, do all the cleaning. And in the short run, sometimes you feel like it's just easier if I do it. But in the long run, if you teach everybody in the house to take part in activities, not only are you teaching them these skills of independence, but you're teaching them how to help take care of the house and participate, which will then give you more time to participate with them, maybe to play an extra game with them or read another book or have another conversation with them, because you're not washing the dishes and setting the table and putting their toys away. So there are many benefits of teaching kids to be responsible, not the least of which, and I think the most important, is having them learn to gain independence in taking care of wherever environment they are. Number 6 is to teach kids an appreciation for learning so that they're not viewing homework as a punishment or a bad responsibility, or that they don't resent school, but they appreciate the opportunity to go and learn. This is something that I had growing up because my mother was born in Warsaw, and girls only had up to a 5th grade education then. Everything else my mother learned after that was basically self-learned. And so I really, when I was growing up, I really knew to appreciate the opportunity that I had to go to school not only lower school, but high school and to college, because I know that that was not an opportunity afforded to my mother. And I felt fortunate. I didn't complain about homework and assignments. I knew how fortunate I was to have the opportunity for education. And I passed that tradition on to my daughter so that she knew how lucky she was each day she could go to school also. I also passed on to her what I call the light bulb moment. And when I used to teach my daughter how to do something, maybe something in art, or she'd pick up something in reading when I would talk to her, I would say, wow, 5 minutes ago you didn't know that, but now you do. And we would talk about the light bulb moment where that light came on where it wasn't there before. And she always appreciated that as well. And I still love the light bulb moment myself when I learned something and I realized, wow, I didn't know or understand that before. So that's something I really try to pass on to kids so they can appreciate learning all they learn. And I try to help them to develop excitement and interest in learning to read, to be a better reader, a more enthusiastic reader, and to understand math and science and be excited about it. Again, an appreciation for learning, so important. Number 7, independence and confidence. So it's important to discuss this with kids. Let them appreciate being on their own and independent in activities. Let them be proud of what they can handle and be aware. Make sure that you do congratulate and praise them. Wow, I'm really proud that you invited the new kid in school to have lunch with you, or that you invited them to play with the group of kids that you're with, or whatever else you see your child do. Catch them in good moments and congratulate them and tell them how proud you are of them so they can feel proud of themselves as well. And skill number 8, and this is not the least important, it's one of the most important, is to be able to ask for help when they need it, not being embarrassed or too shy to ask for help. Kids are often embarrassed to ask for help, but they should be able to ask a teacher, I don't understand this question or assignment, or I'm having trouble with something. They should be able to reach out to a parent, to a teacher, to a grandparent, to someone in their lives if they're having trouble with something, if they're confused about something, if they don't understand something. And there's a phrase that it takes a village, and kids should understand who their village is, what their village is composed of, and who is there for them. And they shouldn't be shy or embarrassed to reach out. So these 8 areas, when you combine them and give kids opportunities in each of these 8 areas, and I hope you mark them down, you can really help kids build a sense of independence, self-reliance, and self-sufficiency, and confidence. Again, number 1, give them opportunities and experience in these areas. Number 2, acknowledge and congratulate them. Give them feedback and corrective steps when they need it so that they can build the skills. And again, over time, you may need to expand the areas when they get older, as they get to increased ages. They can take on higher levels of responsibility. And there are ages when you may have to remind them or reinforce some skills. Lots of times when kids are teenagers and we think they're taking care of themselves, it's really important to check in on them and make sure you're brushing your teeth. Did you shower? And again, we want them to have routines so that they can take care of these skills themselves. So, for example, if they go off to college or they take their first job and they're moving out of the house, we don't have to worry. Are they going to remember to shower? Are they going to remember to brush their teeth? Are they going to remember whatever? We want to really teach them as young as possible and build up those skills over time so that when they are grown, they have that sense of independence, that I know how to take care of myself attitude, that we really all hope our kids grow up and build. So I hope that this was useful and helpful. If you have any other topics you'd like me to talk about, feel free to communicate with me and let me know what you'd like to hear about. I'm always interested to hear what you would like to hear. If you'd like some help in developing a program for your child on building independence or any of the other topics that we talk about, feel free to reach out to me. And as you know, next week I will be back with another video, another session on another topic. So I will see you again next week. Until then, stay strong, stay empowered, and let's talk again soon.